Big story of the day, of course, is that Prince Harry has lost his challenge and will not receive royal armed protection when him and Meghan and the kids come to this country, because it has been ruled that he is not a frontline royal, so therefore he doesn't deserve this. So we're asking you, we're interested to hear what you think. Is it right to deny Harry and Meghan royal protection when they're in Britain? Let us know what you think. Give us a call on 03444991000. You can text us. Don't forget to write talk at the beginning of your message and send it to 87222, or you can tweet us on X at TalkTV. But let's get back to that big story first. Prince Harry has lost his High Court battle against the Home Office over his security protection while in the UK. Back in 2020, the Duke of Sussex's access to police protection was withdrawn after the Executive Committee of the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as Ravec, downgraded his security status when he stepped back as a working royal. Harry fought the decision during a hearing in December, and Judge Sir Peter Lane has ruled the committee's actions as justified. The Home Office says it is pleased with the ruling and that its protective security system is rigorous and proportionate. Harry's spokesperson, get that right, Kevin, says he is going to appeal the decision again. TalkTV Royal Editor Sarah Hewson joins us in the studio now to discuss this. He's like a dog with a bone. He won't let go, will he? When do you think he's going to drop this case? Because he's now been rejected, I think, twice. He's appealed once. He's now going to appeal again. Every time he does it, it costs us money. Why can't he accept he's not a frontline royal, therefore he does not get armed royal protection? It's as simple as that.
Well, this has been running for some 3 years now, Kev, and it's not over yet. As you described, Prince Harry is going to go to the Court of Appeal for this. It is something that he feels extremely strongly about. His lawyer had argued that he is the son of the King. He faces a greater risk because of the family into which he was born, and that he believes his children, Archie and Lilibet, can't feel at home in the UK, and it's not safe for them to return to the UK because of the security threats against them. But the High Court has ruled today that he's not entitled to automatic police protection. That's what he had before he stepped down as a working royal. Yeah. That's what he wanted to maintain. What he does have now is the ability to apply on a case-by-case basis. So he gives 28 days notice and he says, I'm coming back, please could I have police protection?
Well,
and they say yes or no. Why can't he just
put up with that? Why can't he put up with that? That sounds reasonable.
When he came back to visit the King, there certainly wasn't 28 days notice, and he did have
There's a whole cavalcade, it seemed to me. Yeah. You know, he's picked up from the airport and it was the whole shebang going down the motorway. Yeah. And surely it's in the gift, I believe, in the royal family. If he is engaging in duties to do with the royal family on the royal estates or so on and so forth, they'll say, look, that's...
Then he gets swept up into the bigger security operation.
So basically, what is it for? It's just if he wants to come on a jolly with his kids.
Well, for example, he's just put out a video today talking about the Well Child Awards, a charity that he supports. He often comes back for the awards ceremony for that. He's argued that previously, when he came back for that, his car was chased by paparazzi and that it was unsafe, for example. So
those gets chased a lot by paparazzi,
in New York.
Yeah.
It gets chased at 7 miles an hour.
Of course, they have private security in the United States, which they spend a huge amount of money on. That didn't protect them then in that so-called, as they described it, near-fatal chase. But it has been ruled it's not in the public interest for him to receive this automatic police protection, that the Home Office has finite resources, and this is taxpayer money. You also said about the court case, I mean, we don't know the exact total cost yet because this is still going on. In November, a Freedom of Information request said it was over £400,000 that the Home Office had spent.
That's our money.
We've still got a long way to go.
We're going to be running up, you know, over £1 million by the time Harry gives it.
And I don't see what is wrong with. Look, you can have it if you apply 28 days in advance. Well, he's obsessed with status. But before we go on, Sarah, while I'm pouring a bucket over Harry, let's not forget he does do some very good work as well. And he's paid tribute to Britain's inspirational seriously ill children in a new social media video asking for nominations for 2024's Well Child Awards. Let's have a look.
The Well Child Awards is our chance to celebrate the extraordinary strength and spirit of young people with complex medical conditions from across the United Kingdom. It allows us to shine a spotlight on the resilience and positivity that they demonstrate every single day, and to recognise the incredible support from the families, friends and professionals around them. It is such a privilege to honour the immense courage and compassion of this incredible community. But to do that, we need you to take a moment and nominate the remarkable individuals who inspire you. Your involvement makes a huge difference, so please join us in celebrating the amazing superstars that will be recognised at the 2024 World Child Awards.
Why can't he concentrate on stuff like that and the Invictus Games? Why does he have to indulge in this blizzard of legal
What I find astonishing is it seems to me Harry and Meghan quit the royal family to then go on doing what the royal family do.
Well, they lost a lot, to be fair. I mean, they lost a lot of their patronages, and Harry lost a lot of his military ties, ones that were very, very dear to him, when it was deemed they couldn't have this half in, half out. You can't have commercial ventures and as well as representing the royal family. But they have managed to maintain some of those ties. World Child Awards is one he's supported for a very, very long time. I think it was actually World Child that they were back for in September when the Queen died.
When he was on his way to Germany, wasn't he? And he popped off to do it. Yeah, I remember.
And the Invictus Games as well. There is a ceremony taking place at St Paul's Cathedral in May to mark 10 years of the Invictus Games. I think he'd hoped he'd be able to come back with the family for that, and was hoping this decision would go his way today.
Just seems to become addicted to launching legal action. I mean, as I say, why can't he concentrate on things like the World Child Awards, the Invictus Games and all the good work he does, instead of wasting our court's time and wasting taxpayers' money? It's outrageous.
Seeing the scenes at St George's Chapel of the memorial service for King Constantine of Greece, knowing that Prince William had to pull out at the last minute, King Charles is sick, Kate's still recovering from abdominal surgery. You kind of think it's such a shame that it all went so horribly wrong, that these two kicked up such a fuss and carted themselves off to America, because right now they would be front and centre.
Yeah, I mean, we've been told, haven't we, that Meghan wasn't that keen on having to curtsy to Kate, for example, and didn't want to play second fiddle. Well, they'd have been right there at the front, and instead we had Prince Andrew right up there at the front with the Queen, the royal family. And they would be playing a huge role. It's also been reported that Prince Harry had said, look, if you need me, I'll come back. If you need some support from the royal family, but it's too late for that.
He was seriously rebuffed. He was seriously rebuffed by that. The King wanted nothing to do with that. But let's talk about yesterday, the backdrop of yesterday, King Constantine's memorial service at St George's Chapel in Windsor. Among the mourners, or the people in the congregation were, of course, Princess Michael of Kent and Prince Michael of Kent. What we didn't know is that 2 days earlier, was it Sunday, that their son-in-law, the husband of their daughter, Lady Gabriella Windsor, a guy called Thomas Kingston, financier, was found dead at an address in Gloucestershire. He was only 45 years old. We don't know what happened, but a profound shock, I think.
Yes, and one question was asked yesterday, I saw in the media, where was Lady Gabriella Kingston from the ceremony yesterday? Because she was the goddaughter of King Constantine of Greece, and she had gone to his funeral in Greece last year. Of course, now we know the tragic reason why she wasn't there. On Sunday evening, 6 o'clock, her husband, Thomas Kingston, was found dead at an address in Gloucestershire. I mean, you can see these are pictures from their wedding in 2019 at St George's Chapel in Windsor, where that memorial service was taking place yesterday. And so, 36 hours on or so from the news that their son-in-law had died, we saw Prince and Princess Michael of Kent attending that service in the very same place that their daughter.
I think I admire them for that. That must have been very painful for them. As I say, a real shock. 45 years old, Lady Gabriella Windsor is she's 56th in line to the throne, so
yes,
I don't think she'll be threatening the throne anytime soon.
No, and his name not well known particularly, but very much loved member of the family. And Lady Gabriella Windsor, very close to the late Queen, and in fact the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh did attend their wedding. It wasn't a given that they would attend family weddings, but they certainly did.
I tell you what was interesting. So you know, many of us, as you say, probably didn't know who Thomas Kingston was until today, sadly. But the closeness of Lady Gabriella to the Queen and Prince Philip emerged because you saw every picture. She's right there, he's there as well. So suddenly...
And also a close relationship with the King and Queen Camilla. And actually, it was Buckingham Palace, although they're not working wars, it was Buckingham Palace who put out the statement on their behalf yesterday and said that the King and Queen had been informed, and they sent their heartfelt thoughts and prayers to Gabriella and all the Kingston family, describing him as a much-loved family member, but a huge shock.
We're being told that this awful turn of events is nothing to do with William's absence, which we don't know much about. Certainly couldn't go for personal reasons, and it seemed to be a relatively late call when it came to that decision.
Yes, and one of the questions asked yesterday evening when this news broke was that why William wasn't in attendance? No, it's not the reason why he wasn't in attendance. I can tell you reasons that we know he wasn't there for, but I can't tell you why.
Right.
That personal matters is all that we are told, and Kensington Palace sticking to that, but saying that Thomas Kingston's death wasn't the cause of that decision. But of course, you know, a lot of questions being asked and none being answered on that decision, because it was just a short distance from his home. It was a last-minute decision to pull out. He was close to his godfather,
very close to him, wasn't
King Constantine. He was doing the reading and was in the order of service. And Prince Pavlos of Greece, the Crown Prince, had to step in and make his apologies for William not being there. We still don't know. He is due back on duty later this week. He's got a couple of engagements in the diary, and we are told those are still going ahead.
Okay. Blimey, it's all happening for
Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.